Welcome back, folks. Nearly 2 weeks ago on July 26th, the Sioux City Bandits announced that they were leaving the CIF. And earlier, the boys in the bandanas, they announced where their new home would be. That would be the National Arena League, also known as the NAL. Now, the NAL features teams in primarily the southeastern part of the United States, in Florida, Texas, and the Carolinas. They also feature the Albany Empire, you may have heard of due to their association with Antonio Brown. Starting in the 2024 season, the Bandits will spend their 25th season of play in the league. Another known addition coming to the league will be the return of rebound nets. The nets were a staple of the original Arena Football League that added an extra element to special teams play.
The only two definites are we're going to be called the NAL, and we are going to have rebound nets. We are going to be meeting shortly as a league, and we're going to look at the rules which we've operated under and the rules of the NAL, and they have assured us there's no problem meshing the two together.
And tell you what, Bandits head coach Irv Strobing, he's looking forward to not only the new league, but some of the already announced new rules.
I hope this rejuvenates Sioux City and gets us more sponsors, gets us more fans in with those rebound nets and the action that it brings, and it's just an exciting part of the game, and it's part of the tradition of arena football. And
2023 NAL Championship actually takes place tomorrow at 7:30. The Jacksonville Sharks and Carolina Cobras face off for the title. You can catch it live on YouTube.